Howdy, friends and family. Thank you so much for joining me. This is day 32 in the series I'm doing called In the Midst. And last time we finished up part 5, looking at faith and faithfulness, specifically looking at our faith last time. And today we are starting part 6, which I didn't mention at the beginning, but this is kind of some final thoughts that I felt like God was leading me to share. And so today we're talking about how pain still exists. And so all that we've looked at so far, all of these different things we've talked about are true. But when we choose joy, when we choose peace, when we choose faithfulness, when we choose love, that doesn't mean necessarily that the pain is just going to magically disappear. John 16:33 says, I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. You will have suffering in this world. Be courageous. I have conquered the world. There is still pain. Things are still going to hurt, even if you choose these character traits that God has laid out for us. And it's okay to feel that hurt, to feel pain, to feel sorrow, to grieve, to even feel angry. These things are okay. We see Jesus in the Bible. In John 11, we see that Jesus wept when his friend died. Jesus felt angry in John 2 when he flipped the tables and cleared the temple. Jesus felt pain when he died on the cross. It is okay to feel these things. But when you are in the midst of these different moments and feeling these different emotions, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. And the first is that whatever you're feeling, don't let the feeling lead you to sin. Despite the feeling, choose these different character traits, these different actions that we have been studying. The second thing to remember is to remember God's truths. Remember these different things God has laid out. Remember his faithfulness, his love, his promises. Remember these different things that God has told us. Do not forget them. And when you're in the midst, the last thing to remember is to keep going. This verse says, be courageous, and courage is defined as mental or moral strength to venture, persevere, and withstand danger, fear, and difficulty. Keep going. Jesus tells us we're going to suffer. This pain is still going to come, but he says keep going because he has conquered the world. Now you might be thinking to yourself, okay, if choosing faith, choosing joy, choosing peace, choosing love, if choosing these things is not going to take away my pain, what is the point? Well, first of all, we are called to think of others before ourselves, but there's another reason, and that is that the sorrow, the hurt, the anger, the pain that we are going to feel in this world is too heavy a burden for us to carry. In Matthew 11, verses 28 and 29, it says, Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take up my yoke and learn from me, because I am lowly and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. And verse 30 says, For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Jesus' burden is lighter than the load that we carry in this world alone. We aren't promised a burden-free or a pain-free life, but we are told that with Jesus, the burden is lighter. So there is still pain in this world. But if you go to Jesus, if you choose to live a life like he does, there's going to be a lighter burden. Now, this does not invalidate the pain that you feel, and it even doesn't mean ignoring the pain or the sorrow and pretending like it's not there. That is not what this means. Jesus wept. Jesus felt angry. He did not just ignore the pain either. But it is saying that with Jesus, this pain and this sorrow is more manageable. It's a load that we can carry. And so I call you to run to Jesus, run to him, run to your Father and lay down your burdens in front of him. Even if you're running to him in anger or in pain or in sadness, run to him with that and let him help you carry that load. Because the load with Jesus, it's always going to be lighter. If you're memorizing John 15, verses 12 through 13, this is your reminder to do that. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.